The Predator franchise has been riding pretty high as of late. Ever since Prey came out in 2022, the series seems to be on the up and up. And while it feels pretty good finally getting some quality Predator movies, it's easy to forget what came right before this renaissance. 2018 saw the return of the series with The Predator after an 8-year hiatus. The movie was intended to breathe new life into the series, with the filmmakers wanting to eventize the Predator again and to make it more mysterious. Given that I don't think hardly anyone ever talks or even thinks about this movie anymore, tells you how it turned out.
Dr. Brackett, would you like to meet a predator? Ha!
Straight up poop from a butt. It's not even funny bad, just boring bad. The most offensive thing a movie can be. Bad movies are made all the time, and usually I don't care much if some movie ends up bad, but The Predator, it perplexes me. Not because it's a Predator movie. There have been other less than stellar films in the franchise, but it's because of who made it. Before Shane Black directed and co-wrote this thing, he was most known for writing Lethal Weapon and directing and writing Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, Iron Man 3, and The Nice Guys. He's made some other less notable movies, but nothing really bad. By and large, Shane Black has a pretty decent resume, so I just don't understand why this happened.
Hey Baxley, if your mom's vagina were a video game, it'd be rated E for everyone.
I would really prefer if you would be quiet.
I guess I'll start with the plot. The Predator begins with a chase through space as one Predator is on the run from another. Its ship is damaged and subsequently crash lands on Earth, where the main character, Quinn McKenna, a super cool American sniper in the middle of a spec ops, discovers the ship and the Predator that flew it. After Quinn survives his encounter with the alien, he runs off with some doodads and has it sent to the States before he is apprehended by some US government agents led by this guy. Quinn gets interrogated, where we get to see more of just how cool he is.
You were once quoted as saying,
I'm trying to sneak around, but I'm dummy thick, and the clap of my ass cheeks keeps alerting the guards.
That's badass.
And then gets sent on this bus with other chained up ex-soldiers where they'll be imprisoned or executed or something. I'm not sure if they really say or if I just zoned out when they explained it. I don't really know what they're gonna do to them. Anyways, these ex-soldiers are our ragtag team of lovable misfits that will work together to save the world from the extraterrestrial threat that only they're brave enough to stop. I could tell you their names, but it doesn't matter. I don't really want to list off so many pointless names you have to keep track of. The only thing you need to identify them by is the single character trait each one is given. Keegan-Michael Key is the funny man. He makes jokes.
If your mom's vagina were a video...
This guy has Tourette's, and everyone thinks it's very funny.
Why, Baxley? Why do we make more?
Baxley.
Because fuck cock. Because we fuck
Yes,
cock?
fuck cocks.
That's it. Because we fuck cocks. That's why.
This one's religious, so he says the word Bible a few times. This guy is just kinda normal, sorta. It's later revealed he tried to off himself, so I guess his character trait is suicidal. And lastly is this fellow, who's I don't actually know who this guy is. He really doesn't do or say practically anything in the movie. If he wasn't there, it wouldn't change anything. I think he destroys stuff, and he does a card trick, so there you go. That's our motley crew, mostly. What a lovable cast of characters. They almost all get one personality trait. We're also told a few times throughout the movie that they're all crazy, so 2 traits, I guess.
The winner like that, fucking out.
Would you shut the fuck up?
This is the most obnoxious thing I've ever experienced in my life.
Anyways, while all this is happening, we're shown the government has captured the Predator and is studying it. They call in a biologist that specializes in aliens named Casey to help out. She's the other character that later joins the squad, and her character trait is scientist. To speed this along a little, the Predator escapes and kills almost everyone except for this guy, Casey, and Gary Busey's son, but he doesn't really matter. Casey chases after the alien, which ends with her meeting and shortly after joining the guys, who have escaped custody. Together, they all head out in search of Quinn's son, Rory, who has gotten his hands on, through a post office blunder, the Predator tech that Quinn stole. And I'm sure you're on the edge of your seat wondering what singular trait they give Rory. Autism. He's got autism. In fact, he's something of a Rain Man. Beyond the film's cliche portrayal of autism, a pretty big plot point in this thing is that the Predators are going from planet to planet, snatching up the best DNA that life on each planet has to offer, so that they can evolve to become even more powerful. So it's revealed that the particular genetic trait they want to take from Earth is Rory's autism, because it makes him super smart.
Dad, the pod sent me a message.
Rory, what's in that pod?
It's got a name.
Name? What name?
I guess you call it...
Bazinga!
A flattering sentiment, I suppose, if you ignore the movie's generalized, kinda gimmicky use of the disorder. But hey, at least it's a nicer depiction than Tourette's gets.
Eat your pussy.
Wait, what?
How you doing?
You know, you just said eat your pussy.
Hey.
No,
How you doing?
No, you said eat my pussy. What the fuck is wrong with him?
I said you're pushy.
You
said you're pushy.
No, you said eat your pussy.
I said sheesh, you're pushy.
No, you said eat
pushy.
my pussy.
No, that's what he said, I heard.
So, when Rory is out trick-or-treating, he's almost killed by the predator dogs, who I forgot to mention. I don't know, they're with the second predator, who's also on Earth now too. Keep up, will ya? Quinn and the gang save Rory and have a run-in with the first predator. It chases them to a school and is about to kill Quinn when the second one, who is much bigger and better and cooler and bigger than the first one, easily takes out his target. The squad escapes and hides out at a barn. But it doesn't take long before the government finds them and kidnaps Rory. Quinn and the gang get a chopper of their own and fly off to go save the boy. On the way, some doubt as to whether or not they may survive the coming battle arises. So Quinn makes a brief speech about The gang confronts the government goons, and things start ramping up when the Predator interrupts the firefight, and both parties call a truce to band together to stop the evil alien. We then get a classic Predator sequence in which our heroes are in a heavily wooded area, fending off their hunter while they get picked off one by one, until eventually it's just Quinn, Rory, and Casey against the big boy Predator. They kill it, we get a weird sequel bait, credits roll, the end. I think the best way to describe this movie's writing is lazy. Its narrative doesn't do anything interesting, and instead plays out in a very safe, predictable way that a sequel to a monster movie like this would do. The creature from the previous movies, it's back, but this time there's another one, and this one's bigger and stronger. Then, when most of the characters get killed off in the climax, the one or few ones that are left manage to win in the end, and they all live happily ever after. The only semi-interesting thing the plot does is introduce the idea of the predators collecting DNA to evolve. They don't really do shit with it, but it was interesting conceptually. The cast of characters are all obnoxious, uninteresting, one-dimensional nothings. As I mentioned before, each character essentially gets just one personality trait, if even that. I felt nothing at the end, as nearly all of them were wiped out except for relief that I wouldn't have to suffer another god-awful joke or snarky remark. The comedy is unfortunately leaned on a bit too much, which might not have been a problem if it wasn't this.
Laugh all you want. But when you're standing at attention before your maker.
I always stand at attention before I make her.
It has this Marvel movie energy with the near constant quipping, but I don't think any joke got a laugh, an amused exhale, or even a smirk out of me. And to be fair, humor is, of course, very subjective. I'm sure there are people that found the jokes amusing, which is fine. I ain't judging if you did, I just didn't care for it. The thing is though, I'm not even against a Predator movie leaning heavy on the humor. I'd be down to see a comedy-centric installment in the series that really goes all out in that direction to just make an action comedy, rather than trying to take itself too seriously. I mean, the first Predator movie was pretty goofy, and I don't hear many people complain about that one. The concept of an alien invading Earth in order to hunt humans for sport is kinda campy. There can totally be an absurd, humorous take on the premise that works well. The Predator, however, just does humor horribly, along with the action and tension. The action sequences are alright, I guess. It's kind of acceptable, but not for what they wanted. Unfortunately, it seems the filmmakers were trying to have tension in the movie, but the direction and choreography does not provide the thrills it's going for, and it definitely doesn't help that all the characters suck ass, so I don't really care what happens to them, which makes for a pretty lackluster thriller. Outside of the writing and directing though, the editing can be a bit rough at times, especially in the beginning. There are scenes that seem to have been cut up, removed, or not even filmed fully, that make it a bit awkward when characters are suddenly one place when they were just somewhere totally different. Quinn, for example, early in the movie, is in Mexico arranging for the Predator's stuff he stole to be shipped away, and then a minute or two later when we see him next, he's being interrogated by the government. They do have the sounds of police coming to arrest him, but it's pretty obvious they just shoved that in there in post to cover for the fact that they didn't film Quinn's arrest. There's a number of things that just happen off screen that make you kinda have to reorient yourself when watching. Scenes just don't always flow together very nicely, which naturally doesn't always make for a very pleasant experience. You know, maybe the Predator being a big pile of dookie isn't entirely Shane Black's fault. We don't know how much or how little the studio interfered in the finished product, and maybe it was the other writers, Fred Decker and Jim Thomas, that contributed more to the poor quality of the writing than Black did. But I've got my Patsy, and I ain't about to stop now. He's still partially responsible at least. But it's just so confusing that this movie turned out as bad as it did, because I know Shane Black knows how to make a good movie. I've seen it before, multiple times. In fact, the movie he made just prior to The Predator was great. If I could please turn your attention for a moment to a little gem of a movie called The Nice Guys. Directed and co-written by one Shane Black, the neo-noir comedy follows a private eye and a hired enforcer as they team up to solve the mysterious death of a porn star. The plot is interesting, the characters are likable, and the movie is funny. The jokes actually land, and the humor never takes away from the stakes. And it's always a good time seeing Ryan Gosling show off his comedy chops. It's just a very fun, well-crafted film. I love it. This shit is night and day compared to The Predator. You only watch this, and you'd think Shane Black doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. You watch this, and you'll wonder how the same guy was possibly involved in making such a dog-water movie. Although it is by no means the first time a competent filmmaker took a swing and missed horribly.
My name is Ang. And I'm the Avatar.
At its best, The Predator is almost acceptable. The cinematography, score, and visual effects are alright, but at its worst, it's an obnoxious, lazy waste of an opportunity that could have been a pretty interesting and fun installment in the Predator series. Fortunately, much more capable filmmakers have been leading the franchise in exciting new directions. All is as it should be, so long as we don't do this ever again.
If your mom's vagina were a video game, it'd be rated E for everyone.